We haven't gone live on Facebook yet. I'm trying to.
Give her a look of great speed and trim, majestic power. The raked bow is knife-sharp, and the hull has a graceful curving sheer. She's the SS United States, world's fastest, most modern passenger ship, and the largest liner ever built in this country. 990 feet long, roughly 5 city blocks, 101 feet 6 inches wide, and gross tonnage 53,300, she had a triumphant maiden voyage. Among the distinguished passengers was Margaret Crewman, here with Skipper Manning, showing her how to keep a superliner straight ahead at a record 35 knots. from New York to Bishop's Rock off the English coast in 3 days, 10 hours, and 40 minutes, the liner United States established a new Atlantic speed record, July 6, 1952. Cheering crowds at Southampton hailed the American ship that had clipped 10 hours from the transatlantic mark set by Britain's own Queen Mary. Then westbound, the United States knifing through the Atlantic for her second record crossing. It was noted by the builders of the ship that in the event of necessity for emergency conversion to military service, the United States could transport 14,000 men, or virtually a full division, 10,000 miles without putting into port for food, fresh water, or fuel. But for the crew and officials and passengers aboard the liner, the greatest moment was now at hand. The United States was reaching Ambrose Lightship outside New York with the blue ribbon of the Atlantic, having made the return trip in a record 3 days, 12 hours, 12 minutes. Saluting the ship whose maiden voyage shattered Atlantic speed marks going over and coming back. At the turn of the century and beyond, Great Britain and Germany dominated leadership in fast Atlantic crossings. Now, for the first time in almost 100 years, the speed crowd was plagued by the stars and stripes.
My tie is perfect.
New York, home port,
I know I
many of
should
the
worry
greatest
about
ships on
such
the
things,
oceans
but
really
it's
put on a
worse.
show. A big broom symbolized the sweep of the Blue Ribbon Speed Trophy for the $70 million United States, America's First Lady of the High Seas.
Every time you talk sounds like there's bells that are ringing.
Well, you know, that's the crossing of the SS United States, the world's fastest ocean liner. It's one of the greatest things this country ever produced. Still holds the speed record, and it was the standard bearer for crossing the oceans. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to America's Disabled Veterans in Action. I'm Dr. George Anderson. I am joined from by phone with our founder, a Vietnam veteran, woman veteran, Ms. Stephanie Ruscigno. Stephanie, are you there?
Good afternoon, George.
How are you?
He's taking pretty good care of me, so I'm doing pretty good.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. We are here this afternoon. We're going to talk about a few items. We are trying to understand what is going on with our veterans in the community. Stephanie, do you have anything you want to bring to the audience today?
Maybe we should talk about the fears, the uncertainty, people just not knowing what's going on, where real news is, or the news they give. They just want to know if it's going to be the way it is. I mean, even in the VA here, there's still a lot of rumblings about the budget, whether they're going to cut it down, and I guess if I was a class major, it'd be a pretty interesting study.
Well,
if somebody who served in the military, how much know that my paycheck is going to be there when they said it was going to be there. It's the same as my VA check. It's what I live on.
right. Well, you know, when we first came back to here, we started talking about the 10 rules of commerce, and the first rule is pay the laborer their due. And what I think about is that when we give up an honor debt, exactly what are we giving up? You take an oath, and your life is no longer your own. And when you take this oath to defend and protect the Constitution, you are paid a rate of pay that is not necessarily the most highest rate of pay. It's not even minimum wage. And what concerns me is that in the new budget, they waive about 2.6% to somebody that's making $2.05 an hour for the first 4 months as an E1 while you're in training, and $2.35 after that, less than minimum wage. I don't think it's fair. I realize that we have things that we have to do to keep our country strong, but I think that we owe the men and women who serve fair wages. And when I look at, let me see if I can get the wages, current military pay wages 2018. When I look at the fact that there's a pay rate in which we are given a set salary over time, you're given something that is not really a lot of money. Now, I'm not trying to say that we don't owe it to our men and women, but when we're talking about 2.6%, you're talking about a rate of pay that is equal to a nickel per hour.
That's equal to what an hour?
A nickel per hour. The current rate of pay for an E1 for less than 4 months is $15.14 a month. So, if you look at a week, and we do the simple math of how many hours are in a week, that would be 168 hours. 24 times 7. Now let me see. All right. So 24 times 7 would give us a total of 168 hours a week. I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay? All right. So 168 hours a week times 4 equals 672 hours in a week. But every day is not equal. So if we were to go 30 days, 30 times 24, we would end up with 730 hours, thereabouts, because you're on call weekends and holidays. Because if you take the average month and you look at 30 days times 24 hours, you end up with, let's see, where are we? Oh, let's clear it. 30 times 24, 720 hours out of a month. Okay? So, if you're on call a minimum of 720 hours a month, I'm going to say 730 for 720.5, because you sometimes may have another day in that 30 days. So I'm going to be a little bit generous and say 0.5 because of the honor debt that we're due. So 720 hours divided by 15, what did I tell you the rate was? $1,514 divided by 1514, you end up with a rate of pay. No, this is not right either. Wait a minute. I need to go back to the old system of doing this, because if we look at 168 hours, we divide 1514 by 4 weeks of pay. Okay?